and welcome to this update video this morning. I hope that you're doing really great. And as we take a look here at this graphic from the National Hurricane Center, we can see that we have 4 areas out there. So we've got Hurricane Isaac, and Isaac was actually a Category 2 hurricane at peak intensity, but it's been slowly weakening since. There's also Tropical Storm Joyce, which is not going to be a threat to land, and there's that disturbance to the west of the Cabo Verde Islands with that high development chance, hence it's highlighted in red. And then there's that other highlighted spot in the Caribbean, so we could see something else try to get itself together and head to the Gulf Coast. So we're going to be looking at the details along with the short-term forecast for the Caribbean as it relates to the rainfall activity that is expected today. So as for this area, 50% chance of formation over the course of the next 7 days. So we're not seeing an X because the X usually shows the location of where that area of low pressure is. So it hasn't yet formed, hence we're not seeing it, but we can see this general area highlighted where it is expected to go and where we could see development once it forms. And then for this next area, 70% chance. Now aside from those, there is a tropical wave that is propagating through the Caribbean with its axis located in the central Caribbean. So as we're going to be heading through today, it's likely to be a pretty wet day for some areas. So speaking of, let's go ahead and take a look at the rainfall forecast here from Euro, and here we can see it. So more color indicates more rainfall activity likely. So towards Central America, we can see these orange and these spots of reds as well, indicating quite a bit of rainfall. So Mexico, parts of Belize, the Keys, the Bay Islands of Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras itself, Nicaragua, going to Costa Rica, Panama, and even the offshore islands of San Andreas, Providence, may experience some decent rain in some spots. So it's not going to be across everywhere in Central America, but some areas will definitely experience some heavy downpours at times. And then down to Colombia, Venezuela, and even parts of the Guyanas, especially for southern Guyana, will likely be a bit active today. Maybe a little bit active as well for the ABC Islands, and a couple scattered showers and thunderstorms will be possible across the Lesser Antilles, Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. As we head to the vicinity of the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and even a couple spots in Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and Cuba, we can see that it's also pretty colorful there. So there could be some additional periods of heavy downpours today, and a similar thing possible for the southern Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands. So that is what is anticipated as it relates to the rainfall activity today, guys. And with the periods of heavy rain, at times there could even be those instances of flooding. So please take the necessary precautions and stay safe, and do not take any unnecessary risks. Now, as it pertains to that system to develop in the Caribbean, so it's going to be the main focus rather than the one that is out in the main development region. I mean, yes, it has a high chance. It has a higher chance to develop, but it's not likely to be a problem for anyone. So we're not going to be focusing on it like a whole ton unless needed. So as of right now, the next name on the list for the hurricane season is Kirk. So this is likely to become Kirk out there. And again, it will be making that curve up and out. So it's not going to be affecting the Caribbean. It's not expected to. As we go to this disturbance, though, we want to go ahead and take a look at what the models are forecasting, because it is likely to be a problem for the Gulf Coast yet again, merely a week or 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene. So here we're taking a look at the ensembles, and we're kickstarting with Euro. Now this goes out to Monday the 7th of October, and we can see these different members here, definitely expecting that we could see development. We're seeing all these L's, these little strokes showing the potential track. So that's each of the ensemble members, and up to that point we can see them really being all over the place. So nothing is solid in terms of where this thing is gonna head. And as we go on to the GFS, we can see a little bit of a similar story here, but seeing more of these members, expecting that the eastern Gulf Coast could be impacted by whatever tries to get itself together in the Caribbean. So there is a lot of possibilities on the table for the system right now, and development is not even 100% guaranteed. Why? Because there can always be changes, and development will all be dependent on whether the environment is favorable or not. So as of now, we've got those very warm sea surface temperatures, no doubt about that. But that's not the only ingredient needed for tropical development to take place. Once those upper level winds are also favorable and the system is not interacting with land too much and there's a lot of moisture in the mid and low levels of the atmosphere, that is what creates the ideal environment for intensification to take place. So we'll see what happens. I mean, models are definitely showing that, hey, this could really develop into something, but to say where exactly will be affected is just unknown at this point in time. So there's no telling where it's going to get hit, if somewhere is going to get hit, if the system develops. And in terms of the intensity, that is also pretty much in the unknown at this point. But the general idea we have is that something is likely to try to get itself together in the West Caribbean and head to the Gulf. So, of course, guys, as time goes by, we'll get a much clearer picture of what could happen. And, of course, I'm here to keep you posted. So that is essentially what I wanted to share with you in this update video. And I really do hope that you found it to be informative. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll respond to you when I have the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.